This is something different. I don't think we've actually done this in previous years, to be honest. I saw Max do it, and I was like, this is a good idea, actually. Talk about the things that actually are coming out this year that are things to look forward to. I already know one right off the bat, because this is probably my most anticipated game this year. And it definitely has to be Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That's right. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. We finally get to play it this year, dude. We have waited so long to play this game. This game has been a mobile game, by the way, for like a million years. But finally, after 8 billion millennia, I can finally play this game that has apparently won a bunch of awards. I'm not even kidding you, dude. This game has actually won. I'm like, I just thought this was just like some memey, like goofy game. But it's actually like won a bunch of awards. I'm not even kind of, I'm like actually getting to the part where I'm like, I am sort of morbidly curious to check it out now. Like before I was just like, I'm just gonna do it for one stream and it's a joke. But I'm almost like, could this actually be something I might like? Look at all these awards it won. I was like, what the hell? This is my biggest one for this year. Is honestly this game. 100-line Last Defense Academy. Weird as fuck name. I still think it's a terrible name, honestly, that I constantly fuck up. But it is quite literally the brainchild of Kodaka and Uchikoshi. Their collaboration game. That is very much, just look at this, dude. You can't look at this and be like, I don't know, it's only sort of inspired by Danganronpa. No, dude, we were just going, this is just Danganronpa in all but name. But now with an additional tactics turn-based battle system that I initially wasn't exactly sure I would like. Because I'm like, they never really had any experience doing this before, and the RPG mechanics that were included in Danganronpa were all kind of basic and boring. They actually brought someone on who knows what they're doing, and when they broke down the actual like gameplay of the tactics style like defense, like essentially like a tower defense thing, I was like, oh, this actually looks kind of fun. It's like they basically throw like a fucking huge number of enemies at you, but your guys are capable of wiping them out. It's almost like I almost describe it as like a Muso tactics game. It's really interesting. And yeah, I'm actually like, here's the other thing too. The game is being touted as like their magnum opus, like Tokyo Games is like magnum opus game, where they literally say that like they are willing to bankrupt the company for this game. Like they put so much money and like time into making this game, and they're like, if this game flops, we are fucked. And I don't know if I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that philosophy or mentality, because I don't want them to I don't want this game to flop. I hope to God it doesn't. But at the same time, I mean, dude, like this is way more Danganronpa-like than Raincoat was. To be fair, Raincoat had Danganronpa-isms and obviously had Rui's artwork, but this is like, no, bro, this is super Danganronpa-like. We are so back. This is probably the game that I am the most looking forward to, and will 100 billion% be a big fat ass Let's Player for my channel. So I can't wait. I think that this game will be a lot of fun, and I hope to God it sells well. I think Raincoat ended up doing pretty well for them. So when they're clearly transferring over a lot of what they've learned from Raincoat, and how, like, seriously, the models look great, dude. Transferring Rui's artwork into full 3D, where they're not just portraits anymore. It looks awesome. There's also a bunch of shit we don't know about this game, right? Which that right there, I think it ties to this shit that they keep showing at the end. There's a lot of secret stuff about this game that they've been super hush-hush about. Where they've been like, they're like, well, there's a lot of other stuff we want to talk about. We can't say anything because they don't want to. I think they want people to like uncover like what that is. I think to be honest, I think that's just gonna tie into character deaths. How does it work in this game? Because we thought it might have to do with like characters dying in battle, but we saw in the breakdown gameplay thing that no, there's permadeath in battles. You can bring people back. That does not seem to be it. So yeah, I just want to know more about it, dude. And also not get fucking spoiled either. I do think the biggest hindrance to the game legitimately is the name. I think the name is balls. It's too complicated, bro. It's such a mouthful of a fucking name. And then I keep forgetting, like, what do you, like, Last Defense Academy, 100 line. Honestly, they should have just called it Last Defense Academy. It's 100 line Last Defense Academy, but it's like, it's too much. Rain Code was way simpler. Even Danganronpa, as much as, like, you know, what's a dang old grandpa? It's like simpler. This is just too much, dude. Yeah, 100 line or Last Defense Academy, one or the other, but both is just a mouthful, and it's too much. Like, your brain is like like legitimately just hurts its chances. Here's another big one, and one that I'm not even actually sure, will I be streaming this? I don't know. I'll definitely be playing it, but will I actually be streaming it? Maybe. I don't know entirely. Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm gonna play the fuck out of this game. I'm gonna play the hell out of it with the dudes. And I think maybe I'll try to make more of an effort to actually stream my time playing through this. Because the thing was, I played through these games. I mainly Rise. I played Monster Hunter World on stream many years ago. And I didn't actually play any more beyond that until much later in my own time. I did one stream of it, and even after that, I didn't come back to it in my own time. But when Monster Hunter Rise came out, I played that alongside Max and a bunch of the other dudes. I had a lot more fun with it. These games are just way better with friends. They are. They're just way fucking better with friends. But I didn't actually stream that, really, right? I think partially at the time, I just didn't think I needed to, because there was already one person streaming it. So I'm like, I wasn't sure if I needed to. But I don't know. I might change that here. I might actually try to stream these games. Though I think my one concern is I would like to play the PC version, because the PC version looks incredible. But I'm slightly afraid that it might not be able to, because it is pretty intensive, and I'm afraid that it might suffer, the stream quality might suffer, because I'm not running a dual PC setup. I don't know. We'll see. I might try it. I might at the very least try it. But my idea is that for this game, I am going to be likely playing this with Max and them, right? And the dudes, and just kind of going through the story and everything. But I honestly, I don't really give a shit about Monster Hunter's story. That's sort of the other thing. I think it's the other reason why I didn't feel a huge need to stream it. Because I'm usually someone that does focus very strongly on story. That's usually a big part of what is important to me. And I found most of the Monster Hunter stories to be, who gives a shit? I skip it all, go straight to the next hunt. I don't give a fuck. Maybe I'll give a fuck in this one. Who knows? It seems like they're trying to make the story more interesting. This is definitely a multiplayer friend game for me, but not necessarily one that I would probably find myself playing a ton on my own. Another game right offhand. Now this one I would likely, would it be a stream or a let's play? I don't even know, dude. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. This motherfucking game came out of nowhere during an Xbox showcase last year. And kind of just, I think for a lot of us, kind of just made us go, holy shit. What the hell? What is this? It's a pretty ass game. It's got Ben Starr in it. Beautiful soundtrack, even just from the trailers. I think that is truly what, like, I think the game looks gorgeous and has a cool concept, but what really drives it home is the music in these fucking trailers. Like,
one hopeless mission: destroy the Paintress so she can never
get ready.
Death again. We'll break the cycle so she can't steal anyone else's future.
This world is full of wonders.
Yet everywhere we go, we walk with death.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
Fuck! And then this gameplay looks crazy, dude. Definitely it's turn-based, but it's got a lot of like that Mario RPG execution shit, right? There's like blocks and counters and stuff. This game looks fucking cool, dude. Absolute cinema. And the more we see of it, the more excited I get. This might be a Let's Play game. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really cool looking. The music just, ooh. Yeah, this is easily like one of the best looking like Western RPGs I've seen in a while. I don't actually know whether I'll make this a Let's Play or a stream. I think part of it might depend on how well it performs. Like, what are the like review scores for it? Because it is an RPG, right? And it clearly has some story to it. But I think partially because this is just a brand new IP, I sort of almost need to see like, all right, well, did it do well? Is it received well? I don't know. Oh, Deca Police? I don't even know if is that actually something's going on with that game, dude. That game was supposed to come out this year, and it got delayed. The Nintendo one still says it's coming out in 2024. My dude, it is not. And then another page says it's still coming out in 2023. It is also not. They're definitely going through with that game. Something's going on with that. Something's going on with that game. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I don't know if I'll do the whole game. This is definitely a stream game. I didn't technically stream the entirety of the original of this, but no, I'm definitely excited. I can't say I'm not excited about this game. The Ghost of Yotai. Ghost of Tsushima was definitely one of the ghosts of PlayStation 4. Pretty goddamn game. Such a pretty game. And when you got on a PS5 and it ran at like silky smooth 60 frames, it was like, Jesus. A game that truly, like, this is a game that's not like, it's graphically, it's pretty impressive. The fidelity, it's pretty impressive, but it's really the art style, dude, that makes this game like, holy shit. The colors, the environment. I'm super excited about this game. I think this game will be fun as fuck. Ghost of Tsushima ended up being so much better than I think I thought it would even be, because the game initially seems kind of basic when you actually get to the gameplay part, and it honestly is, in reality, a pretty basic game, but you look so fucking cool and it feels so good to control that the relatively basic rock, paper, scissors style of the game actually, it manages to get away with it because you just sort of like, you feel like such a supreme fucking badass. I hope that they improved it though. I do really hope that the gameplay is dramatically improved in this game, because I don't know if they could get away with that a second time. Also, the world was fun to explore, but I think that it definitely needs a shake up to its formula, you know? But one thing is for sure, I mean, look at this shit, dude. Fucking hell. We're gonna get some beautiful environments. To be honest, I never actually beat this game entirely on myself, but I've seen people beat it. I've seen like the endings and stuff, so I know how it ends. And story's good. It is good, but I do think to some extent that even the world itself can't keep up with the I do think it gets a little samey after a while. I think they do need a little more variety for what's supposed to be like an open world game. And they're clearly going to solve that by giving us a dog friend. Look, he's my friend. He's not mad. He's my friend. But it's interesting. It's actually really interesting that this game is taking place like a long time after the original. This is not like, people thought it was just going to be like, oh, the second barbarian invasion, but it's not. It's actually something totally different. And yeah, that's supposed to come out this year. I can't wait to see more of it. I will definitely stream this. This is maybe I'll even stream the whole thing this time. I don't know. I technically streamed this as well before, and I platinumed to this game, dude. I platinumed to this fucking game, and that is indeed Death Stranding 2. You might say that Hideo Kojima is an overrated designer. And I will say, if you say that, you are wrong. I'm sorry, you are wrong. Like, he is, don't get me wrong, he does some weird shit in his games, and I'm not gonna like say the storytelling is like some like Shakespearean lore level. No, dude, no. His storytelling, that's one thing, but you got to give it to the man. This man is constantly trying to move the medium forward in new, interesting, wild ways. I mean, he loves Hollywood. You can see that in every square inch of it. But I mean, what these games essentially are, at least to me, they are the most high budget Euro truck simulators in existence. Most high budget. And while obviously Hideo Kojima did not invent the cozy game simulator, like that's not like something he like necessarily invented. He really did just sort of take on that whole idea in this game, but also threw in a bunch of crazy sci-fi bullshit and a story that at times makes very little sense, but sort of you can't help but get weirdly invested in it. And any like in a way that only Hideo Kojima can do, right? I think the thing about like Metal Gear and the reason we were able to get away with stuff and he was able to get away with weird shit in Metal Gear was because so much of it was like soldier jargon, right? Most of it is actual nonsense, but it's just like a bunch of random like the la lu lu lo blah 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 blah. And at the time we're like, that's so cool, right? Like, but now he's like, all right, now I'm really making up shit, right? This is like Death Stranding is truly like Kojima has his head so far up his ass, like it is the supreme level of ass inserting of head up and own ass. But goddamn, is it not like a testament to like how clever and impressive of a designer he is? Of like, I'm gonna build an entire game about a man walking and carrying packages on his back and putting a whole mechanic of trying to balance yourself and move from point A to point B and how to get those things from over there and building devices to make it more make it easier to get there and like making roads and shit. And fuck me, dude, I would play the first game while listening to videos and live streams and podcasts and just building roads and carrying packages, and I had a grand old time. I can't say the story specifically, like, you know, had me crazy invested, but it actually had a pretty good, I'll say Death Stranding 1 had a pretty great ending with a lot of emotional impact moments and stuff. So, you know, I am looking forward to this. I think this game will be fun. It's gonna be wacky and weird as only Hideo Kojima can do, but I think that the man, it really is a master of like taking things that because we all saw this and we're like, that's it. Like, remember when this was first revealed? We were all like, this is it? This is the gameplay? We're all expecting this to be like a new Metal Gear. And you're out here delivering packages and you're just like, what the fuck? Fuck this game. And then lo and behold, it comes out. There's still a lot of people who play it like, this is some bullshit, whatever. And then the more people play it, the more they start to like it. And if that isn't an example of someone who is able to innovate a medium, I don't know what is, dude, you know? Like I said, he didn't invent the cozy game medium, but this is easily the highest budget of anything like that. With all of the same weird Hideo Kojima shit, like Troy Baker coming back as a rock star zombie. So, you know, that's another good one. Yes, another game that's coming out this year. So some people bring this up. I am looking forward to this because this one's just been like, has been in the like the fucking our mind's eye for so long. And that's Metroid Prime 4. That is actually getting released this year. It's actually happening. It's a real fucking video game that actually exists. It's funny though. I went back and I played the Metroid Prime 1 remake, remaster, right? And I did enjoy it to some extent, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I remembered. I think there are aspects of that game that are kind of hard to come back to that I think have not aged as well, which is funny because I didn't even play Metroid Prime 1 when it first released. I didn't. I played it on emulation a good few years after it had been released. I think like early 2010s or something was when I played Metroid Prime 1 just on my own. But I remember like, oh, I really love this game, and I never played Metroid Prime 2 or 3. I have not played those. There are definitely things about Metroid Prime 1 that I went back to. I'm like, oh man, there are some really rough aspects of this game of backtracking that I kind of forgot about. I watched Max play through it as well, and I saw he's sort of like, he really did not dig it as much as much as like the other ones. And I actually think in retrospect, I don't know if I dug it as much as like Metroid Dread as much as I did either. You know, like I sort of like, yeah, I don't know. It really didn't age as well as I sort of thought. But I think that Metroid Prime is an inherently cool series. I think it's cool having a fully 3D environment Metroid game. And I don't know how 2 and 3 are. I've heard mixed things. I think some say that some aspects are better, some aspects are worse. But I do hope that this game manages to, in a modern day sense, sort of bring back Metroid in a way where it fixes and alleviates maybe some of the lesser aspects of the previous versions, you know? And especially just for the fact that we've waited for this game for so fucking long. I think they can, though. Because I legitimately, Metroid Dread is my favorite Metroid game. I think that was the best Metroid game I've ever played. And I love Zero Mission, and I love Super Metroid. But I think Metroid Dread is fucking amazing. So if they can do what, like, and it also, it did a lot to help alleviate the problems of some of those older games, too. So if they can do that for, I think, this game, right? Now an actual modern day Metroid Prime. I think that'd be pretty fucking cool. I'm excited. I think that they can. I do. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I wasn't initially sure I was gonna have this one on there, so I was like, I don't know if I'll check it out because this is actually like, this is a 3D fighter, and I'm not usually into 3D fighters, but it is technically one of my favorite, animes, which is Bleach. And the production value is actually kind of impressive here. It actually leaves me a little bit like, okay, well, maybe. And yeah, so that's Rebirth of Souls. We're actually getting a new Bleach fighting game. I think I would prefer if it wasn't a 3D fight, arena fighter, essentially. But I've seen a bit of the gameplay and stuff, and I'm like, it could be good, maybe. It could be interesting. I think what's really getting me is some of these story bits where I'm almost like, damn, this is actually like, the production quality for some of these story bits is kind of impressive looking. I mean, I get to play through fucking peak Soul Society arc again. I mean, granted, I think they're probably showing some of the best parts of this. I don't think the whole game is going to look like, to be like on this fucking level. Like they're gonna have like all the cutscenes, it's like the full anime. But it'll probably still just be a relatively gimped version of the original, but as they usually are. But hey, man, I mean, this shit looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And I love the Soul Society arc. Like, I truly love it. I think it's some of the best, like, Shonen has to offer. And the battle system looks like it could be pretty good. Peak. I'm hopeful. Anyway, I will likely stream this game. I will actually give this game a look and a try. I am looking forward to that. I don't know if I want to put that on my most anticipated, though. And that's Metal Gear Solid Delta. I am looking forward to it because Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite. But I feel like I need to see more of it, to be honest. I don't know. Like, I'm still not... Like, I think Konami has definitely redeemed themselves a bit, especially with, like, Silent Hill 2 Remake, which has to do more with Bloober Team than them. I'm like, I still have this sort of, like, I'm not, like, totally convinced that it's going to come out, like, great, though. Especially after the collection that we got of Metal Gear games having a lot of problems. So I'm just, like... I'm sort of, like, cautiously optimistic, but I'm not, like, wholeheartedly, like... Oh, this is gonna be so great! I can't wait. So, Suikoden Remaster. I just want to play them. I've never. Here's the problem: is I don't have any nostalgia glasses for it, so I've never played a Suikoden game aside from. I tried Suikoden 3 and I didn't like it, but I always wanted to play the first two games. I wanted them when I back on the PS1, but yeah. But I'm also not like. I don't know if I would say like that's like my most anticipated. I'll definitely try it though. I'll definitely try it. Oh, the Aaron Paul game. This one has an interesting concept, right? This is essentially like, I think it's more of actually like a visual novel than anything. It's essentially like what this is the same people that brought you, right? Wait, did it say some of the same people that brought you? Yeah, some of the same people. So it's like people like some of the people who are responsible for Telltale games, like The Walking Dead and everything. This one does. I do think this one could be very funny. It is pretty. It is very pretty too. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of hopeful about this one. Oh yes. Oh, this one. This should have been on my. The funny thing is, actually, I don't think we actually know if this is happening this year. It might not. I don't think they even give us a date. Yeah, we don't actually. Now, you want a fighting game that I'm excited for? It's this game. It's this game about an eyeball and a bird. Virtual Fighter has always been, that's the game that you want to get me excited or hyped about, a fighting game. It's Virtual Fighter. This is the game that I played. I played Virtual Fighter 4 Evolution a fucking ton on the PS2. It was one of my most played games on it. And it was a $20 fucking game. It had so much content. And I just had so much fun with it. I've had so much fun playing through VF5, right? Ultimate Showdown. And I'm actually looking forward to playing Revo and playing that online with rollback netcode. But I've wanted Virtual Fighter to come back again in some way, you know? We've wanted a new game. And this is easily like the best possible timeline we could possibly have landed in. Where Virtual Fighter is not just coming back, it is being made by both the original team that makes Virtual Fighter, the fighting games, and RGG Studios, the guys behind fucking Yakuza. And that is just, a match made in heaven. If we get a game that has like the fighting system of Virtual Fighter, right? An expanded version of that, alongside like an open world, quote unquote, aspect of running around a city doing sub stories and dumb shit of an RGG game, what they do best, which I think is absolutely what they are fucking planning to do. Dude, how unbelievable does that sound? That just sounds fucking awesome. I would play the fuck out of that game, dude. Also, Kira's new drip, I love it. I would play the fuck out of it. I'm just like, that is such a smart idea. This is probably the smartest thing Sega has ever done. And finally, really, you know what we have to thank for this existing? Ultimate Showdown. Ultimate Showdown saved Virtual Fighter. This game would not exist if Ultimate Showdown didn't come out and was a free game on the PlayStation Network. And we don't even have the numbers, but it's somewhere, I think, in the ballpark of potentially like 8 to 10 million downloads. Showed that this franchise needs to come back. So cool. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. This is such a surprise. Yeah, I am. As much as I am like, especially when I've had like a chance to like think about it, I was actually like, I don't know, man, about this, but I am kind of morbidly curious now of doing fucking runs through Elden Ring and Night Rain. I'm like, I initially was like, this seems weird. Like, this seems like a gimmicky thing that could, I mean, honestly, still could really suck and just be like, just reusing a bunch of assets to make a shitty, like, knockoff Elden Ring that's like, I don't know, esports focus. It's not really. This is just meant to be like a dumb, goofy thing, but I really thought about it. I was like, and hearing about how they described this essentially as a 3-player multiplayer experience, I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe they could be onto something. It's essentially like rogueliting Elden Ring. But they would have to really adjust a lot of the game. And we're already seeing that, like, by the fact that we're hauling ass and grabbing birds and shit, right? Like, our character is jumping and leaping and doing a bunch of more acrobatic stuff than the normal FromSoft, you know, movement. I am kind of curious, man. Like, okay, yeah, all right, you're gonna make an actual like decent multiplayer like version of Elden Ring that is meant to be played in like bursts of like 45 minutes. Like a round is supposed to be like 45 minutes long. Okay, all right. And it's being made by FromSoft. This isn't like, oh, somebody took this and it's some other team making it. No, this is FromSoft doing it. They're doing something completely different from what they've done before. Tickle my fancy, why don't you? All right, I am curious. I will definitely be trying this. Likely trying it maybe with Max and them. or like I think Simmons said he wasn't all that interested in it, or Kenny or whatever. I don't know. I'll try this game. I can't guarantee I'm gonna love it. It might be like super weird and like kind of dumb. It really like they really will have to like adjust the game to make things feel like interesting per run, you know? But if they could do that, fuck, I don't know. It might just be like here's the thing. This is not like a game that's gonna have a bunch of microtransactions. Apparently, no, it's just a game that will just, it's just there. Like, it's not like a free-to-play game. It's not a game with full of microtransaction horseshit. It's just like a regular price game that you can play with your friends and do a bunch of dumb shit. So, yeah, I'm curious. It's different. It's kind of crazy to think that a year after getting Shadow of the Erdtree, we're essentially getting another Elden Ring thing, and it's a multiplayer thing. It's really funny. Yeah, we have. I mean, it's like something on top of Monster Hunter, to be fair. Oh yeah, I guess we should just go ahead and say it. I mean, it's not wrong. I am looking forward to Trails in the Sky first chapter. I mean, granted, I did just beat essentially this game, what this game is, not that long ago, but it's gonna be cool having that with relatively fresh in my mind, and now seeing a fully ground up remake of it, and probably also seeing a lot of gameplay elements from later games added to this, that are essentially being brought over to this version, and just like way more budget. This game is clearly gonna have way more fucking budget than the original ever did. It will stick just a slightly, because it will be not like we're kind of going backwards for Estelle and Joshua here, but from how I saw them in the end of SC. But I do want to see, man. I do want to. I don't know. I can't promise I'll play through the whole game, but I do genuinely want to see what they do with this. How it looks and plays. Also, technically, again, this is FC, not SC, and SC is, I think, a much better game. But on the bright side, the gameplay, I don't have to worry about the gameplay of FC really at times can be like, fuck, dude. Agate, you're so useless in this game. And that probably won't be a problem here. Yeah, this definitely is. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Oh god, the ending of that game is gonna be fucked up, dude. There are actually quite a few games I am looking forward to this year, though. That's a lot. Yeah, Ace Attorney 7. Yeah, that game that totally exists. Grand Theft Auto 12. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I have enjoyed previous Grand Theft Autos. I thought Grand Theft Auto 5 was still pretty fun, and I played it back, 10 plus fucking years ago when that shit released. God, it's hard to believe that game is that old. And I will likely check it out. I don't know, promise I would, stream the whole thing, but I don't know if I'd say I'm like super amped for it, I didn't even play Red Dead Redemption 2 when that got released. And I liked Red Dead Redemption 1. But I was just like, A guy named NicoB couldn't possibly know anything about Grand Theft Auto, especially that fourth game. Yeah, he would, that bitch, Nico Bellic. Hey, Nico, it's your cousin, Roma. Let's go bowling. I don't know anything about that. South of Midnight. I am morbidly curious about this game. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say morbidly. This was definitely, this is like, they're in that Xbox showcase where yeah, you know what? I would actually say I am looking forward to this game. I would like to play more of this. I think this game actually looks really cool. It's got a great art style. Yeah, I'm actually excited about this game. I think this game does actually look really neat. Probably the most interesting thing Xbox has put out in a while. And they actually have gameplay too. And again, I'm like, oh, the game actually looks kind of neat. And it's funny how she moves at 60, but her frames are like it's kind of like the Spider-Verse shit, right? I haven't seen gameplay for this in a while, but I remember thinking it was actually kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah, I think this game has potential. And the setting and the art style is gorgeous. This is coming out this year at some point. I think this game looks really neat. This is for a new IP. This actually looks it's got some potential to it. So yeah, I would definitely put that up there for one of my anticipated games. Toby Box confirmed Delta Room 3 and 4 releasing in 25. That's cool. I will say there's a slight unfortunate thing to Delta Room. I am looking forward to it, but there's been so much time between now and these new stuff that I barely remember what happened. Is anyone else feeling that way? I am excited about it, but it's been 4 fucking years, bro. At least I barely remember what's happened in the story now. Like, I kind of have to go back and watch everything I played up to that point. I don't want to play it again though. Like, cause there's like, it's great, but it's also fucking long. I'll definitely check it out. That's cool. But I like, part of me is almost feels like Toby should have just not released this, you know, in parts. I think it's gonna I think that kind of affects the game a little bit. I think I liked it better when it was just like a full complete game than it is in parts. And this isn't, to be fair, chapter 3 and 4 aren't even the remainder of the game. I think it's supposed to be at least like 5 chapters, right? I don't doubt that they're gonna be great though. I mean, like, I don't doubt at all that they're gonna be like crazy good when they get released. But it is a bit like I have to refresh it. Like, seriously, when was the last time? Since September 2021. Yeah, we're coming up on 4 years since I played the last part, chapter 2. I think it might be most of the stuff that I'm like really looking forward to, unless someone really thinks of something here at the end. I think that's kind of most of my my top 25, my 2025 most anticipated games. I was actually a lot more than I was even expecting, to be honest. I was like, there's actually a good number of games I'm looking forward to this year, dude. When we really stopped to think and been like listed out, you definitely, like, again, 100 line Last Defense is gonna be up there, and Expedition 33 has got me kind of excited. That's not even, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be way more stuff we're gonna get this year, right? This is just the stuff that we know about. But out of the stuff that we actually know that exists, I'm pretty excited. I'm actually like, shit, all right, there is actually a lot more here than I even thought there was. So yeah, definitely gonna say that is this could be a very exciting year. Exciting year for gaming.